friends, so today I'm teaching you how to make gift tags. Personalized, professional looking gift tags with little to no design experience whatsoever. I mean, it's going to be easy and I think you're going to love it. So this week, my niece came to me, asked me to decorate cookies with her for an event she has for her cheerleading group this weekend. And I literally just did not have the time to do it. But what I did have time to do was to create tags. It took minutes, and then she was able to package those up with little Cello bags and ribbon, and they look adorable. And it took, a tenth or less, a 20th of the time. So I want to give this hack to you. This is something super simple. So we're going to go beginning to end through this process. It's going to be great for back to school, holidays, birthdays, sporting events like what I'm doing for her, all the things. If you are new here, you are Crafting with Kim Byers. Let's go. Okay, so we're going to start with our design, and this is canva.com. This is a website that actually you can use for free. I do have the pro version, and I'll show you what that means in a minute, but you can use canva.com for free. I am an illustrator designer, but when it comes to something simple like this, I use Canva. It is so easy to do this. So we are just going to make a circle for our tag, and I colored it like an off-white, and then I'm just going to search for cheerleading elements. So we'll search for cheerleading and just see what pops up. So I'm going to select some pom-poms, and I am really loving these ones that look like watercolor. Okay, so let's go ahead and also grab a megaphone, a watercolor megaphone, and I just think this little combination is so cute. So you can use all of the little features on Canva to rotate things, put them over top of one another, add text to that, and let's personalize this tag. There's no point in going to all this trouble without a little personalization. So let's use the mascot name, which is the Stallions, and then we will use a collegiate font, turn that on its side, and move it over top of the megaphone. Once we get that in place, we'll change the color and the sizing and make it look like it has always been there. Okay, so that's perfect. Okay, and so I worked a little bit more on this and added the year to it, and then I also added a hole for the string. But since we're actually going to be cutting this out with our Cricut, we won't need that. We'll do that over on the Cricut. And now we're ready to export that to our computer. So we just download that. We want to use a PNG version, and we want to use a transparent background. And I know you're thinking this is really huge, and it is huge, but when we bring it into Cricut, we're going to resize it to be the size of tag that we want. So now I'm just going to save that to my computer, and let's hop over to Design Space, and I'll show you how to bring it in. And so now in Cricut Design Space, we just hit upload, browse onto our computer, and bring it in, and then we bring that to the mat. And when it comes in, it is huge, right? But we can either scale it from the corners, or we can go up and just put in the exact proportion that we want. So if we put in 3, it's going to make it a 3 by 3. The next thing we want to do is add a circle cut to our design so that we can thread it with ribbon. So we just grab a circle, and let's zoom in a little bit so that you can see this a little bit better. So now what we want to do is make that circle the right size, and then we just move it over top of our design. And now we're going to use the slice tool to make a hole. So we're going to grab both items, look over in your left-hand navigation, we have both selected, we hit the slice key, and now you can see we have 2 slice results. We can delete both of those, and now you can see the grid behind the design. We have a hole in our tag. Now we're ready to go to mat. We select our machine, and you can see it on the sheet, how many we can print then cut. So what we do is we just go over into copies, and we put in the number that we want. I actually need 24 for this project, and so it multiplies that onto all of my sheets. So I'm going to be able to get 6 tags per sheet. So let's select our top one and send to printer, and now you're going to be able to make some choices. We do want a bleed on these, which is just an extra barrier all the way around the design, and we also want a system dialog box because we want to be able to select the best possible quality print for our printer. If you don't see the box right away, sometimes it pops up behind the Cricut box, so just check that out. So we want to choose the best possible print. So we select that, and I am using a Canon printer that I absolutely love. I've had it for 4 years. It does a great job. I'll put it down in the description if you guys want to check that out. And so now we can hit print. And now the final thing in Cricut Design Space that we need to do is select our paper. So we're going to go into Browse All Materials. We want to look in the cardstock section, and we want to choose an 80-pound cardstock. Okay, so back on the craft table, here's what we're working with. So I have my Explore 3, I have a green mat, I have cardstock, 80-pound, and I also have some ribbon and Cello bags. So let's go ahead and take our cardstock to the printer. This is my Canon printer, and I've had it now for about 4 years, and it still prints absolutely beautifully. I use it all the time, and look how great those colors turned out because we did the photo quality print. Okay, so there we have it, and we are ready to take that back to the Cricut. Okay, so now we have our printed design. It looks adorable. Let's go ahead and put that onto our green mat. We'll just put that on as we would any piece of cardstock using that corner edge, and then you can put that down with your hand or with a brayer. So this is a brayer, and I love this tool for almost all of my projects. And if you have any lotions or anything on your hands, the brayer is clean, and so you won't have to worry about getting that on your design. So we'll just put down our design, and then we will load that into our machine. So we'll press go. And now our machine is going to read our registration marks, which are these small black corners. Now it's time to cut, and so it's going to be able to cut out perfectly exactly the shape of this design. I just think this is genius, and I love this feature of my Cricut. We'll just unload our design and just bend our mat, not our material, and our designs will pop right off. And look how perfect that is. And that's how easy it is. So we'll go back and print and cut each of our sheets, and then we will have tons of these darling little tags to go on our cookies. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed making personalized gift tags with me, and I hope you'll stick around and check out my next videos. See you next time.